Let's have a nice discussion. Let's talk about photographers today versus social media platforms such as Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all these kind of social media. Now, are we today real photographers, or we just like used to be photographers and now we're doing kind of just like something to get by? You can see today everybody on social media, everybody is on Facebook, Instagram, and the camera application / cell phones today capable of making almost anybody take pictures with their phone from their own perspective, from their own point of view. Now, by the time they're practicing the whole time, looking at the screen all the time and taking photos, now they start liking the idea. Of course, the companies are progressing with the whole situation and they're actually making the application more appealing, more nicer. So they're adding filters, a little bit of edit system, which is very basic, which is like the contrast, saturation, brightness, exposure, sharpening, so black and white mode. So you can see that it's kind of, it's like, just really literally give it to anybody. It's like, I like this. No, I like this. So he start liking things as an option. And then when he start liking things as an option, he's like, why don't I continue on with it? And this is when it's appearing to everybody that everybody's a photographer, and almost kind of they said they're gonna take the photographer's job because they're doing good job on their phone. But let's be realistic and discuss all these options as from my own point of view and my perspective as a professional photographer, and also probably who was watching this video, he clicked on it because it's interesting to watch, and of course you're probably going to be also photographers. You would like to hear another photographer's opinion, not bullshit, not YouTubers, not this and that. You're going to hear real opinion from a real person as a profession / a personal, a little bit in my personal opinion, because I don't want to put so much personal thing in this because it's not really related. We're talking about profession, right? So it goes like this. Cell phones, Instagram, it will never replace a photographer, that's for sure. It will never replace our cameras. It will never replace our lenses, the depth, the complicated setup system, and the lenses, and the way the elements on the glass built inside the lens, the way the focal length work. It's not gonna replace a teeny tiny phone. No matter how amazing it looks, it's still flat. It's still a flat surface. There is no inside meaning for it besides just it's a flat image. It looks nice, now probably gonna people like say like, okay, you can blow it so much, you're gonna make it so like a huge print, and you're gonna like but when it comes to attention to details, and it comes to clarity and skin tones and shadows and highlights, I'm not talking about just recovering. I'm just talking about the whole concept as a photo, a real photo. You want to grain it a bit, you want to make it noisy a bit, you want to make it a little bit of original thing. The phone is not going to make it, because the phone is more built on application, fast processing, and that's it. No matter how much think you shoot raw in the iPhone or the phone or the Samsung or this or that, it's still not going to give you the raw full data from the camera system. Now, some people are going to say like, duh, and I'm with you, duh, but it's so sad. People today think the phone is gonna be replaceable for photographers, right? It's gonna absolutely replace them, or it's gonna take over, or it's making better job. But you have to understand, everything looks amazing on teeny tiny screen. Even though you're gonna put it on a computer, you're gonna start seeing flaws here and there. You're gonna see some mistakes, or something not good, or something not up to standards, or the quality. I'm a photographer that I shot with this lens for this brand, and when I shot with this lens and that brand, it's like, wow, what a huge difference. Not just, we're talking about like professional level, and there is a huge difference. So imagine we're talking about like professional level and a phone. You know what I mean? So from between the professional lines, the professional cameras, professional lenses, there is like not a competition, but there is a quality. And you can tell the difference between a professional low quality lens and a professional wow amazing lens, and it's still under the professional line. And imagine we're talking about a cell phone that have nothing complicated, nothing engineered so much about it, and thoughts and glass and shaved and smoothing and coating. You're not gonna find that in the teeny tiny, like a rice, kind of the size of the rice phone, right? Now, when it comes to social media, this is all coming together, right? Because social media, the apps, the phones, and how it works, it comes social media, right? Now, people looking there, for example, Instagram and the accounts really nice and appealing, but you can see we are moving so fast in our life that the media is actually changing. Now, people like having amazing photos and on their, for example, their social media account, and there's a lot of followers, right? Most of them are not real anyway, because these days you can buy anything. With your money, you can do everything. You don't need this, you don't need that. But you just take them for easy access, faster process, right? So you can see that it's like, wow, this person is doing all these kind of things. Why don't we hire him? Why don't we take him? Why don't we use his platform for our advertising, right? But now you can see the social media platform are changing tremendously. Now, for example, people are dying for likes, and they love likes and this and that. Now the social media are experimenting things that they want to see that, what if we hide the likes? What's going to happen? So the influencers or the bullshitters, they're going to freak out, right? Because they pay so much money for all these things, and now it's all going to disappear. But you can see, because the whole platform, not the social media, but the users are building their account on a bad basement or a bad base, or it's very like unstable situation going on. So it's like, you go to an agency, marketing agency, and it's like, I would like to make my account go crazy, right? It's like, no problem, you pay this and that, and then they do the whole thing for you. Even one day, one model told me, I don't follow you anymore, I don't know why. And then it's like, okay, I don't know why, it's your business, it's your Instagram. It's like, okay, let me follow you again. It's like, maybe you put unfollow by mistake. And then he told me, a few days later, he told me, oh, now my Instagram have an application that if you're not following me, I don't follow you. It remove you automatically. So you can see, because of all the bullshit production we're like living right now with all this thing, right? So speaking of photographers versus social media, it's all built like that, right? It's all like a big network now. So now a model is taking, for example, like in modeling industry, I'm a fashion photographer. I'm involved highly with models and agencies and bookers and directors and casting directors, and because that's how we do the whole job. And I literally know a lot of models and everything like that. So I can tell what's going on, and I see the models, how they behave with their social media, and how is it affecting us as photographers slash designers, because nowadays the designer want to see a social media platform of the model and if it fits them or not. But at the same time, you have to understand now it's not working as before. Before, the designer said like, I would like to have your social media linked to my campaigns if we're gonna hire you and this and that. So it's like a must. Now it's not a must anymore, because they know everything is fake, based on fake things, and people are like really manipulate them with the money. So you can see that Instagram now changing the philosophy of hiding the likes. So all the bullshitter slash influencer are gonna freak out. I made a few videos about the YouTubers, and for example, also another video I made also that not everybody have a lot of subscribers and views. Should you listen to, because it's only media things, so you attract people to take money, and this is it. They don't care. Like really, let's think logical. One of these YouTubers, they're marketing something or advertise something. Like, do they really people buy this thing, especially when it's very expensive? This is my point. Because sometimes expensive things, you need to experiment, right? You need to touch it, you need to try it. Like, you're not gonna buy like a Rolex watch based on someone is buying, like wearing it online. Just click like here, and here you go. We're gonna deliver you, FedEx you Rolex watch, right? You don't do these things. This is my point. You go, you try it, you see which color do you want. Maybe it doesn't fit, it fits. They adjust it for you. They welcome you with a drink. So you can see this is how it works. So this is my concern. How many people are really buying an expensive product based on we bring you here for advertisement, or we would like to spread the word. You know what I mean? Especially you don't explain about the item right, whether it's a watch, whether it's a car, whether it's a camera, especially where there is a laptop. So there is a basic thing you can give us as an idea, and there is things it's too hard for you to explain. That's why the company need to take over their advertising campaigns, and they need to do it themselves. And not to give it to other people and play with it and do this and do that, whether it's a watch, whether it's like an expensive gadget, or whether it's like a, I don't know, camera or computers. It doesn't matter in this case. It's all a matter. It's all based on what really is there for us to believe and love and really get deep into it based on our wishes and opinion. So social media is coming through photography, through it's gonna take our jobs, through it's like, oh my God, this is not the way it is. So it's all like kind of like the other day I was watching videos like, is photography dying? I mean, I don't know. See, I don't know if these people are doing these things for you to click and watch, even though it was 40 minutes long. But you know, before bed, why not? But at the same time, you can see that when they talk about photography and cell phones are taking over, these people are still not even photographers, because you watch their channel, they're just experimenting things, they're trying things, and they're making a show, and they're making YouTubes and views and clicks and sponsors and this and that, right? And there is no sincerity. So this is the whole point. So when they say like photography is dying, like it's like, are you guys serious about it, or you guys are really want to see if photography is dying because they're trying to shift the subject to a cell phone? And when they're trying to change the subject to a cell phone, like the cell phone is taking over, amazing apps, amazing cameras, this is okay, but it's amazing for the person itself, for the normal consumer. But when it comes to professional, I will never use my phone to do something. Okay, I can use it maybe to prove a point or have a different feel, or maybe so much like I want to make it like an amateur photography style, look-alike, nothing so pro. You know what I mean? There is a certain points and certain limit you can do these things, but you cannot say it's replacing upside down, right? It's not... like you cannot really replace fire with fire, you know. This is wood and this is gas, and this is not the same as that, even though they share the same thing as fire. So it's not like that at all. So photography is not dying, it will never die. We came from a film generation all the way, now we are in digital, and we're still under the photography industry with the same philosophy of like interchangeable lenses. We do like we have still flashes, we still have lights, so everything is still there. If it's gonna die, it will die from the digital area on all the way till today, right? Because film, it will be deleted, and it's like, okay, we need to do something about it. But they still have the philosophy of, we remove the film, we put a sensor that it captures exactly the same way the photo, and then it will record on an SD card, and that's very much about it. So we still have the philosophy of original photography, just a little bit of maybe better techniques and more clarity and more quality. So this is how is it. So photography is not gonna die, it's not dying at all. It's just dying for the people who don't know anything about photography. And when it comes to social media and this and that, social media is just like a platform that, you know, you socialize with, and people taking it to a business level, which is fine. But you have to understand, these things are allowing you to build it on a fake basement. And when you have a fake basement, everything is actually empty inside. And when you have emptiness, you don't have a meaning. And when you don't have a meaning, this is called, I don't know, bullshit. So you can see, you know what I mean? So now I see a lot of people having weird Instagram accounts. The followers are going down, and there's no more likes anymore. There's no more attractions. So you can see that they are doing their best to try to get people in, so they stay in the game. But hey, I have an advice for you. Do something good from the beginning. It will last you forever. So you know what I mean? So this is when the other day we were talking about, like, for example, Leica reviews. It's like, you know, this is a really nice brand. This is a luxury brand. Why you guys don't even invest in it yourself? Don't bring other people or in the media market, because your camera doesn't need advertising really. You just need to do it your own way with your own system. But they bring things and they have more bad reviews, and they make their luxury item look bad, and people not gonna buy it because of they heard of this saying, this is no, don't buy it, it's expensive. It's like, okay, why should I bother? So they lost a sale based on they bring, you know what I mean? So when you do all these things and they take an account that their social media is really great, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. So they take it based on that for work, but apparently it's not going to work for them. And when photography is like that, because it's all based on photography technique, right? So they say like, okay, I'm doing video, small video, I'm doing small photos, street photography, this and that. Okay, I delusion people, I delusion clients. And this is when they say like, okay, this guy's a photographer, is a YouTuber, oh, he's a photographer, let's hire him, you know what I mean? And this is when it comes a little bit tricky. And this is when it comes a little bit annoying as us professional photographers, so like why he got my job, right? But they say like, oh, they just want it because it's cheaper, or he's doing a good job with their phone. And this is when the client will try him once and he will never try him twice. And this is when we relax at home and we get the phone call. It's like, oh, are you available this date? And it's like, huh. After, of course, you book the job and everything, it's like, I know he's gonna come back. So you can see we are confident that people are going to come back for the quality. Maybe it doesn't take today, maybe it doesn't take tomorrow. Maybe they need to try maybe 10 people from Instagram, maybe they need to try another 10 people from YouTube, and then they're going to not see it work, or they're not going to see the same standard or the same quality. They say like, you know, this is not, we wish we didn't do it, or we need to skip and we need to do something else, right? So this is my take and my point, really. I don't want to say like, I think it's my opinion, but really, this is reality. This is what we live in. Like, I don't bullshit you. You're not going to bullshit me with all these luxury, delightful, sugar-coated information. We are living in a place today that photographers is still gonna stay in the game, and they're not fading, and Instagram and social media is still gonna be there with every day is a different policy, different technique, different philosophy. So in this case, we don't need to worry about it so much, because we as photographers, we don't change our policy, we don't change our likes and reviews, and we don't change our opinion. We only do our creative mind. Of course, you know, everybody's a photographer today based on they have cameras and cell phones and everything, but original people will still stay in the game. When I say creative people, original people, not something that easy. You take a picture and say like, okay, because I'm a photographer for like 70 years, I know it all. We are living today in a different generation, that we started real photography from almost 2005. And then we are in a different new area. This is when I say we have to make another video continuation like this about photography in general. But photography, the new generation of photography really start really late 2000. So everything you know from like 2000 and under, it does not count anymore based on, you know, because now we have different lenses, autofocus, megapixels. We don't have film anymore, we have like digital, and the digital is becoming even worse and worse by the time. This is why if you make something good, keep it and just work with it. So there's so much things today going on that you need to take into consideration. Photography is not gonna die. Us, we still in the game, and at the same time, we know that people are gonna come to us at the end, because we still have our photography, our ideas, our creativity, and we know how to function the camera, and we know also how to think and communicate, whether it's a client or an artistic subject or like business point of view. It doesn't matter. We stay in the game. Photography is not dying. Social media is going up and down, left and right. They change whatever they want. They're gonna, like as they say, the snow has melted and we saw everything underneath. So this is what's actually the generation of today is showing us. It's showing us exactly what's been underneath the snow. And that's very much about it. That's my take of the whole thing. Hopefully it's a nice thing to listen to or discuss. Maybe we can discuss, because I always reply to every single comment. Whether I like it or not, I reply. And I always like talk and share opinions, and it's nice to stay as a really one community, because all these people are making videos and trying to make like kind of like let's say traffic on their sites and this and that. They don't really mean what they say, because I saw like I wasted 40 minutes, but it's okay. Before I go to sleep, it's okay to waste 40 minutes, but 40 minutes waste. They're trying to say cell phone is taking over phone, like normal photographers, and this is where we're heading because his iPhone is so good with photos. But when you put it there, you're gonna see all these shadows and pixelation, and you cannot really work with it so much, and you will be ashamed to deliver it. But everything looks good. Take it as an advice. Everything looks good on 3-inch screen, whatever that's 5 or 3 or 4, it doesn't matter. Everything looks so good on this size, but when it's this size, it doesn't look good. So take it into consideration unless it's really good quality. Thank you so much for watching. Please go to my website, ramseyspencer.com, ramsino, expertotv.com, at Ramsey Spencer, my Instagram. Check me out over there. Look at my work, look at my point of view, look how photography that is not gonna go this way. Sometimes I do videos with my video, and you can notice how bad is it. But sometimes I wanted to prove a point that maybe I don't want this to look so professional, look so dynamic, so cinematic. So I try to make it look like really someone else is actually shooting it, not a professional photographer. So there is takes into how to do things, but as a main photographer, it's gonna still the main, and everything is gonna come secondary in the photography business. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.